up, guys? Welcome back to another video, or if you're brand new here, hello and welcome. My name's Jennifer. I share all things health and wellness here on the channel. Anything I do to level up my own life, I share with you guys in hopes to inspire and motivate you to do the same. So if that sounds like your jam, make sure to smash that subscribe button before we jump into today's video. Alright guys, so as you can tell from the title, it is another What's for Dinner video. This week's What's for Dinner video is, I think, has 5 meals in it over the last week and a half or so. I am doing 75 hard right now, and I'm eating super clean, and I'm 99% dairy free, which really limits the variety in meals that I can do. Like when you take away butter, cheese, and heavy whipping cream, it really makes your menu go whew. But you have to just get creative. I actually substituted in a couple meals you'll see this week coconut cream, and one of the meals I actually liked it way better than how I originally made it. So even when I start to incorporate some dairy again, I will still continue to use the coconut cream in the Tuscan Chicken recipe. I love the way that it turned out. AbsoluteBomb.com. I did make another meal with coconut milk instead of coconut cream, which you'll see in the next What's for Dinner video, and I'll tell you how that one turned out. But I'm trying to get creative and do some stuff that I haven't done a ton in the past, or different things that I can bring to you guys. So hopefully they're bringing new ideas and inspiration to you guys to switch it up in the kitchen. Because you know you just get sick of the same old, same old. So hopefully some of these spark some interest in you to whip up something new in the kitchen this week. And of course, I always love hearing your guys' favorite meals. So pop them down in the comments below, and let's go ahead and jump into the video. So here's what we have going on for dinner tonight. I am making a chuck roast in my Dutch oven. I have avocado oil in the pan here getting hot, and this huge chuck roast I have covered in the Badia complete seasoning. I'm also going to put some of the onion flakes on there, and I'm going to brown both sides, and then I'm going to cut up these veggies, add it in with the chuck roast, and pop it in the oven. I don't have any beef stock, so I'm just going to add some water. I might run to the store and get beef stock to add a little bit here in a little bit, but I'll let you guys know. If not, it will create enough of its own juices and be awesome either way. So I browned both sides of the meat, added some more seasoning, the onions, carrots, and celery. Now I'm going to pop the lid on my Dutch oven here. I already have the oven preheating at 350, and I'm just going to pop this in the oven for a couple hours. I did add a cup of water, but I'll check it in probably within 45 minutes or an hour and see how the juice looks. Pot roast is super tender and smelling absolutely delicious. I just paired it with some cauliflower mash here. In the cauliflower mash, I did parsley, salt, pepper, and nutritional yeast. And now we are getting ready to enjoy. All right, so here's what we have going on for dinner tonight. I'm not really sure how this is even going to turn out. I'm just kind of winging some stuff and throwing it together. I'm doing full grocery shopping tomorrow, so this is what I grabbed for tonight, just kind of winging it, like I said. It's kind of going to be like egg roll in a bowl, except for not with ground beef. I'm going to be doing chicken and shrimp instead. I have this bag of coleslaw that I need to use up, so it's just cabbage and carrot, so I'm going to saute that up. I'm going to saute up these chicken breast tenderloins here, as well as the shrimp, and then I'm going to make some fried cauliflower rice on the side, kind of mix it all together. Seasonings are going to be chili lime, onion, complete seasoning, ground ginger, and some of this Primal Kitchen sesame ginger sauce. So I'm going to start by doing the chicken first, season it up and get it browned in the pan real good. Add the shrimp. That will only take a second. And then once I get both of those cooked, I'll pull them out and set them on a plate. I browned the chicken and cooked the shrimp just for a second. I pulled it out and put it on a plate. Then I threw the cabbage and carrots in there, just sauteed them down just for a second, and then mixed everything back together, put the lid on for a few minutes, and now it is ready and smelling delicious. I also made up some fried cauliflower rice over there, just added some seasonings, a couple eggs, and fried it up really good. So I'm getting ready to plate this up now and add some of this sesame ginger sauce. All right, and here is this beautifulness all plated up together. Just put some cauliflower rice on the bottom, put the shrimp and chicken egg roll in a bowl on top of the cauliflower rice, topped it with some sesame ginger, and here you are for a chicken and shrimp egg roll in a bowl, and I am like super excited for it. It's smelling delicious. Okay, so here's what we have going on for dinner tonight. I am making a Tuscan chicken, but I'm kind of making my own version of it because I am dairy free right now, or mostly dairy free. I am consuming Parmesan cheese, so I will be adding that in, but I'm not going to be doing heavy cream and butter and all of that. So the replacements I'm going to use, instead of heavy cream, I am going to be using some of this organic coconut cream I got from Trader Joe's. And instead of butter, I'm going to be using this dairy-free coconut oil with non-dairy butter flavor I get at Walmart. I don't actually have that much. I would have just used avocado oil, but I'm out of it right now. So I'm going to use this, brown my chicken up. I have some boneless, skinless chicken tenderloins here that I'm going to brown up first. And then once I get them nice and seared, then I'm going to start making the sauce. So as soon as I get the chicken cooked up, then I will show you the next step. And of course, the only thing that I'm adding on the chicken before I sear it is some of the Veggie complete seasoning. And also, I wanted to tell you, I just pulled this out of the freezer. It's fresh spinach. I always buy fresh spinach and stick it in the freezer rather than buying the prepackaged like frozen spinach. I just like it this way better. It stays good forever in the freezer, and it doesn't like release as much moisture as frozen spinach does. So I just like doing it this way. You get fresh spinach, but you can just pop it in the freezer. And also, once it is frozen like this, you can crunch it because the spinach gets all hard and it breaks it up into little pieces, so you don't have to chop spinach, because for me, whenever I chop spinach, it just makes a huge mess. So this way I can just crumble it up super easy, and it just makes cooking spinach way easier. Okay, so I just pulled the chicken out of the pan and I am dicing it up over here just so it'll be bite-sized and easier for everybody to eat. And I pulled the sun-dried tomatoes out. These are the ones I used. They're already like julienne cut. I pulled them out and just diced them up a little bit finer. And I just dumped the coconut cream right in the same pan and turned the heat down a little bit. Now I'm going to add some fresh grated Parmesan as well as this pre-grated Parmesan right in there. Let that come together for a minute, and then I'm going to put everything back in. So I've added the chicken and the sun-dried tomatoes back in the sauce. I added the cheeses to the sauce, some parsley, and just a minute I'm going to add the spinach in there. And I know if I have new people, they're going to ask measurements on the cheese and everything, and I don't measure stuff. Like, my measurement is just when it looks good. So you can kind of just judge it at your own thing. I'm not following any specific recipe. I'm just kind of throwing stuff together. So I'll let you guys know how that is, how it turns out with the coconut cream. Because like I said, this is the first time I've ever made it with that. I normally do it with heavy whipping cream. So we'll see. I'm sure that it'll be good. But I'm going to just let this simmer for a minute. And I'm going to add the spinach in. And again, I don't measure. I just go till it looks good. So a couple handfuls. You know, spinach cooks down to about 0. So maybe 2.5 handfuls. All right, so here's dinner all plated up. I just paired it with a side salad here, and I'm going to throw some Primal Kitchen ranch dressing on the salad. Absolutely delicious. You could do it with pasta or cauli mash or a million different things, but I tasted a bite of the chicken and it tastes really good even with the coconut cream. So after I finish this plate, I will let you guys know how it is. Okay, guys, so here's what we have going on for dinner tonight. I'm making a hamburger and veggie casserole. I have brought this on a previous What's for Dinner video, or a version of it, not the same exact thing. Because you guys know right now I'm not doing like heavy whipping cream and all of that. And what I made last night, which was the Tuscan chicken, turned out absolutely delicious. I probably like it better than even with the heavy cream. So I'll probably keep using the coconut cream. So I decided to go ahead and try the same thing with the hamburger casserole. I normally would do the heavy whipping cream and then whatever other kind of cheese that I want to add. But I'm only doing Parmesan right now, so I'm going to add some Parmesan, some coconut cream, a can of cut cream beans to my ground beef here. My ground beef I browned up, added some of the Veggie complete seasoning, and 1 yellow chopped onion. And then I'm also going to mix in 2, or at least I'm going to start with 1 and see how it looks. I might end up adding both bags of this California medley, which is the broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. Mix all of it up and then throw it in the oven for probably about 20-25 minutes. I'll show you when I mix everything up. Alright guys, I have it all mixed up there, and again with measurements, I just do it until it looks good. And it looks a mess right now, but I'm getting ready to cover it up with some foil and pop it in the oven at 350 for probably about 30 minutes or so, and then I'll take the foil off and let the top get a little bit crispy, and I'll show you when I pull it out. Here is the casserole all plated up. It is looking absolutely delicious, or maybe just because I'm extremely starving. The hubby is mixing his with some jasmine rice, which would be really good, or if you wanted to do like cauliflower mash or regular mash or whatever would be really good with it, but I'm starving and I'm just going to eat it as is. Oh, my screen's all fogged up. And it is going to be delicious. Dinner tonight is going to be these boneless chuck beef short ribs. I'm getting ready to brown them up in my Dutch oven, and then I'm going to be adding some of my favorite Hawaiian barbecue sauce from Primal Kitchen. All I'm going to put on them is some of the Badia Complete seasoning and brown them up in some avocado oil in the Dutch oven, and then just throw the Dutch oven right in the oven and bake them till they're super tender and falling apart. I'm also going to throw some onions in there after I brown them up a little bit. That I brown everything. Any meat that I cook in the oven, I always brown it first because I just think that it adds that extra layer of greatness. You don't necessarily have to take that step. You could just throw them in the Dutch oven and put them right in the oven. But I think browning them really makes them just extra flavorful. So I'm going to throw some of the seasoning on there, get them in the Dutch oven browned up, and I'll show you before I throw them in the oven. So I browned them up really good, then just threw the onions right on top, put the rest of the barbecue sauce, it was about a half a bottle or so, then added a little bit of water to it, dumped that in there, turn the stove off. Now I'm just going to pop the lid on. I already have the oven preheated at 350, so I'm going to pop this in there probably about an hour, hour and a half. Dinner is done. I have plated it up here. These beef ribs are literally just falling apart, like extremely tender. And there's the onions on top, looking thebomb.com. I already tasted it. It's super delicious. I paired it with some shaved Brussels sprouts that I sauteed up in some avocado oil, and then we have a sweet potato here, and I just topped it with a little bit of feta cheese and Redmond's real salt and pepper. And it is a cyclical keto day for me, so hence the reason I have a sweet potato tonight. But this deliciousness will be dinner tonight. Alright guys, so here's what we have going on for dinner tonight. I'm making some shrimp and broccoli Alfredo. I have shrimp here that I just ran under some cold water that I'm getting ready to cook up in just a second. 2 bags of frozen broccoli. I'm going to be using coconut milk instead of heavy cream. If you guys saw the other meals, I used coconut cream, which was super good, but I just have this 1 can of coconut milk left, so I'm going to use it with some grated Parmesan cheese, and I'm also going to grate some fresh Parmesan cheese here. I'm going to cook the shrimp in this coconut oil with non-dairy butter flavor. I only have a little bit left, so I'm going to use that up, and then season it with complete seasoning and parsley, and then I'm going to do spaghetti squash on the side. So the shrimp only take a few minutes to saute up in the coconut oil, and then I will add the cheese and the coconut milk and then add the broccoli in there, and it will take a few minutes to throw together and will be delicious. Alright guys, so I have dinner done and plated up. I didn't even show you guys when I pulled the shrimp out of the pan. I just put them off to the side once I kind of like par cook them so they don't get rubbery, because if you cook them too long they will. And then I poured the coconut milk in, the cheese, and then added the broccoli and everything back in. I will say that the coconut milk does not cook up the same way as the coconut cream. I tasted it. It still tastes really good, but the consistency of the coconut milk isn't as it doesn't thicken up the same as a coconut cream. So next time I make this, I will use the coconut cream. But I just did the spaghetti squash right in the microwave, and then pulled it out, added some salt and pepper and the broccoli and shrimp mixture. And now I am starving and ready to eat dinner. Alright guys, so that will do it for this week of What's for Dinners. Nothing groundbreaking, but just some stuff that I have tried to throw together over the last week or so that is super delicious, quick and easy, and all the things. It checks all the boxes. So hopefully you guys got some ideas from it. And again, like I said earlier, please let me know any meals that you guys have, your favorites, down in the comments below, because I love getting ideas from you guys as well. If you guys enjoy these videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That way I know to keep these coming. And if you are brand new around here, I would love it if you'd hit the subscribe button and become part of the YouTube crew here. And if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure to hit me up over there, because all the meals that I don't bring in these videos, I still post daily over there. Because like I said, I don't want to bring the same meals all the time, and we do have a lot of the same meals in rotation every week. So I try to bring ones that I either A, haven't brought to you guys in a super long time, or B, if I've like changed something up on it, or it's something totally brand new or whatever, just to kind of spark ideas and give you guys something to maybe whip up in your own kitchen. That way maybe you can have something different to throw in your rotation every week and kind of spice it up a little bit. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got some ideas out of it. Thank you so very much for watching. And you guys know I am doing these videos like every other week, and I'm posting them on Sundays. So I'm trying to space them out too, because that way I'm not filming my dinners every single night, because again, they're not all that exciting. So if I do it every other week, then I have a chance to film at least 4 or 5 meals for you guys for the video. So I hope you guys are enjoying them. I hope you're getting some ideas out of them. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button before you go if you are enjoying them. And thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will catch y'all in my next video.
Sometimes it really feels like I lose control.